What's up, guys? Back for another video here today, and today we're going to be doing another reaction. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done a reaction. I was also waiting for this, this fit to come in. I just bought me a new A-Rod jersey. I got a Kobe coming. Hopefully I got that one incoming. Sure to buy a lot of stuff, but hey, when you pay taxes, you get that 1,000 bucks. But anyway, and plus I have nothing to spend it on, so but myself. But anyway, today we're gonna be watching a video based on the real reason why the Green Bay Packers drafting Kevin Love, Jordan Love, Three Spirit, having Aaron Rodgers. I could see why they took this pick, but I can also see why the hell they shouldn't have went this pick. Like I said, I don't know much about Jordan Love. I don't know much about that. I've heard his comparison is Patrick Mahomes, but it does make sense in the purpose of how Aaron Rodgers got drafted compared to how he got drafted. So, yeah, that's pretty much the main purpose, and he's probably going to be talking about that in this video probably. But also, I know some people had some mixed feelings about me making another channel because, what's the point when you only have a 90? Well, the point is let's say I do better on my reaction channel than I do on this channel, then there's a difference, But I did make one. Chances are I'm going to post this one on my Swag Packers channel, and I'll put the link to the channel that I'm going to do my reactions to for now on. So it'll be in the comments, and I'll post on both channels. I'll probably do at least one, at the same moment I'll do one rebuild and one reaction. But yeah, let's get in the video here. Also tell me down in the comments if the audio is okay, because I think it should be. Yeah. Wait a minute. Let's get this set up here. What is wrong with this? Sorry, guys. A little difficulties here. Well, let's redo the page. But yeah, that's just one thing that
What does an art?
Okay, but yeah, I'm really interested in what this guy says about Jordan Love, because I don't know much about Jordan Love, and I want to know more about him, if he does say anything about him in this video. There we go. Hopefully it starts now.
Drama go down between Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy, and this is apparently one of the best kept secrets in football, because apparently the two really didn't like each other. Aaron Rodgers had it out for Mike McCarthy because he was resentful that McCarthy's San Francisco 49ers opted to pass up on him for the #1 overall pick in the 2005 NFL draft. To be honest, this really didn't make that much sense to me, because, well, Mike McCarthy was the offensive coordinator. How much say does an offensive coordinator have in who his team takes #1 overall? You could even make an argument that the head coach doesn't really have as big of a say. At the end of the day, it's the general manager's decision. But at the conclusion of this report, Mike McCarthy would get fired, and the Green Bay Packers would finish off the season and eventually hire the Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator at the time, Matt LaFleur, who is really just part of the coaching tree that I like to call the mini McVays, which is, the young head coach.
Yeah, how many coaches can say in their first year they got a 13-3 record? I don't know much can say that.
That has some sort of tie to Sean McVay, who gives off some sort of aura of being an offensive genius, that the Green Bay Packers decided to go and take a chance on him. At the time of this hiring, the owner of the Green Bay Packers made waves by the statement he said to his franchise quarterback. Mark Murphy came out and said that he is tired of the diva stuff when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, and apparently he told Aaron Rodgers not to be the problem in the organization, which pretty much means, we're getting you a new head coach, please don't cause problems with this brand new head coach. And of course, since then, the owner of the Green Bay Packers took back these statements, saying that he's never said those statements to Aaron Rodgers, but we moved on. The Green Bay Packers had a fairly good first season under Matt LaFleur. But I don't know how much Matt LaFleur contributed to Aaron Rodgers' success. As a matter of fact, if you look at Aaron Rodgers' statistics from the 2018 and 2019 season, they more or less look the same amount of touchdowns, maybe.
Well, the reason is because compared to 2019 and to 2020, or however you want to base it off, just last year and the year before, we have a better defense than we did the year before. So the defense really carried us last year, but the offense did at least enough to, win us games.
Like 2 more interceptions and 1 more touchdown in 2019, 400 less passing yards in 2019, but he did get significantly more help from the running game, and things seem to be looking good for the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers also cited his desires to play until the age of 40. Now, we all know why I'm making this video. If you guys didn't happen to catch the NFL draft, the Green Bay Packers completely surprised everybody when they opted to take a quarterback with their first-round pick in Jordan Love. Now, I know what you guys might be thinking. Jordan Love is young. Jordan Love does need some seasoning. He is still very raw. But at the same time, the Green Bay Packers are looking towards the future. Whenever you draft a quarterback in the first round, you're pretty much saying that within the next 4 years, this guy is going to be the guy under center no matter what. And ironically, this has happened to Aaron Rodgers himself. He got drafted to the Green Bay Packers as a late first-round pick when they still had Brett Favre at the age of 35. So it's pretty ironic because currently Aaron Rodgers is 36. But bear in mind that Aaron Rodgers has come out and said multiple times that he wants to play until the age of 40. And let's be honest, Aaron Rodgers is more Tom Brady than Phillip Rivers in the sense that once he gets older, he probably will be relegated to a role where he's not going to be depending on his arm as much. Rather, they're going to be depending on his ability to be able to pick apart defenses pre-snap, which is something that Aaron Rodgers has always been phenomenal at doing. Now look, I would like to believe that everything is doing well in Green Bay, but you can't draft a quarterback and have all NFL fans assume that everything is going well in Green Bay, especially if you're a basketball fan like me and you're watching The Last Dance currently, which is an entire documentary about how the front office of the Chicago Bulls are trying to move on from the Michael Jordan-led Chicago Bulls as they were in the midst of winning championships. Anything is possible. We saw Tom Brady leave the New England Patriots, which were perennially at least making it to the Super Bowl or at least making it to the playoffs, to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You never know what's going on in the front office. And as a matter of fact, this next report that we got from The Athletic, but also posted on Yahoo Sports from Bob McGinn, who covered the Green Bay Packers for about 38 years, may give us a little bit of an insight towards what's actually going on. So according to McGinn, this is his take on the Packers taking Jordan Love. Public niceties aside, my sense is that Matt LaFleur, who is fresh from a terrific 13-3 baptismal season, simply had enough of Aaron Rodgers' act and wanted to change the narrative. With a first-round talent on the roster, the Packers would gain leverage with their imperial quarterback and his passive-aggressive style. If the Packers do indeed want to become a running team next season, they surely wouldn't want Rodgers rocking the boat and becoming even more difficult to coach. This is very interesting because you could take two sides in this argument. On one side, you could say that you don't know how difficult it is to deal with Aaron Rodgers' personality, and we've seen Aaron Rodgers' emotions get the most of him. He's had some down seasons when he was dating Olivia Munn, and then he had some phenomenal seasons when he started dating Danica Patrick. There's been issues with his family, and there's been issues with the front office throughout his career. So you don't know Aaron Rodgers' personality. We've seen his interviews, so you don't know what it takes to deal with an individual like that. So what they're saying, and this is from the Packers side of things, is that the Green Bay Packers need to say, hey, if Aaron Rodgers starts acting up, we're a run-first team. We could plug in Jordan Love, and we could easily still be okay. Although, you and I both know that's not the case. Jordan Love is not going to be nearly as good at picking apart defenses as Aaron Rodgers is currently. At least not yet. Who knows? You could give him a season or 2 seasons to sit down, and he could turn out to be that quarterback. He could be the next coming of Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes did sit down for a little bit less than a season. He played at the tail end of his rookie season, but that seasoning did him very, very well. Sitting down did him very well. He had a cannon of an arm. He was extremely erratic in college and made some horrible mistakes at reading defenses in college, but Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. He is the face of the NFL today. Do I believe that Aaron Rodgers is actually difficult to coach? Well, let's read this excerpt from the Mike McCarthy versus Aaron Rodgers drama that
I don't know if it's really hard to coach Aaron Rodgers. Like, obviously I don't know Aaron Rodgers at all, but it's difficult to be a quarterback to a coach relationship. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, sometimes, it's whatever, you just got to work around it. Whoever you're working with, you got to deal with, and you got to work together to try to do the best things you can. That's the main purpose. But anyway, that's the main purpose when it comes to that. So we'll just see. I should pause it here.
Was released about over a year ago. I'm going to leave a link to this article down below because while each receiver and each player pretty much has to take a side between Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers, but let's take an excerpt from Greg Jennings, who apparently is taking Mike McCarthy's side here. Greg Jennings, who was a Packers receiver from 2006 to 2012, saw Aaron Rodgers as an ultra-sensitive source of toxicity. And on one hand, you could agree with Greg Jennings, but on the other hand, you have to understand when you have a talent like Aaron Rodgers on your roster, you should do whatever it takes to appease him while also trying to keep him under control.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, star players could be toxic and their egos could become overly inflated, but dude, it's really hard to get a star player, especially a player like Aaron Rodgers. And once you get an Aaron Rodgers, you need to do whatever it takes to make Aaron Rodgers happy. There would be eventual rumblings about Aaron Rodgers changing up Mike McCarthy's plays at the line of scrimmage because he felt like his head coach had too low of a football IQ.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers is good at that, Like, hey, if he feels like this play might not work, he'll switch to another one and be like, okay, this one will probably work, and most of the time it works. That's the one thing about Aaron, But, you don't always just go off of, somebody else's opinion, because when you go off of theirs, sometimes it could turn off to something else, but I don't know. We'll see.
And for all you know, this is Mike McCarthy's first season with the Dallas Cowboys this upcoming season, so I can't
They're going to be dog shit. And we play the Cowboys this year, so I hope Aaron destroys the shit out of those Cowboys.
Test to his football IQ. For all you know, Mike McCarthy could truly be a head coach with a very low football IQ that was way beneath Aaron Rodgers. Or Mike McCarthy could be a football genius and Aaron Rodgers could be a manipulative mastermind. We have to see how he does in his first couple seasons in Dallas to truly be able to attest to that. So it's very difficult to say here. And unfortunately for us, you're going to have to take a side. Do you think that the Green Bay Packers are justified in taking Jordan Love? Do you think it's necessary for them to have this leverage over Aaron Rodgers in order to get their best out of Aaron Rodgers?
I would say, if I had to say something, I'm on both sides of this. It's like, yeah, I understand why we took him for future reasons, and it makes sense because, yeah, when Aaron Rodgers decides to retire, we have another guy behind him, hopefully, that can be the next, franchise quarterback. There's also a chance that Jordan Love turns out to not be a good player, and now we're stuck in this hole. And it kind of regrets us taking that pick when we should have took a receiver or a linebacker with that pick. What really pisses me off a lot, we didn't even draft one wide receiver in that draft. I'm not saying we had to draft one in the first round, second round, third round. We didn't even draft one in the seventh round, But anyway, it's whatever, Yeah.
To give Aaron Rodgers a sense of, hey, I need this team and this team needs me.
Yep.
Because to be honest, I think the Green Bay Packers definitely need Aaron Rodgers more than Aaron Rodgers needs them. And if you give Aaron Rodgers even the slightest excuse to leave, there is a head coach out in Foxborough that would have no problem trading for the 36-year-old star.
I would hate to see this man in a Patriot uniform. But
could you just imagine how terrifying that could be if Bill Belichick is able to somehow swing a trade for Aaron Rodgers and bring him to Foxborough? Could you just imagine how terrifying that would be for the rest of the AFC? Do I think that could potentially happen?
No.
Well, that's one of those things that you have to wait the entirety of a NFL season to see.
No.
At this time next year, you're going to see Aaron Rodgers
No.
either very happy to be playing for the Green Bay Packers and Matt LaFleur, not really having an issue with a run-first offense and just going with everything, or
I think he's gonna be okay with it. Yeah, he loved the times where we were like a pass dominant team, but there's those times where like you wanna, like, okay, I need something else. Like, I don't want to keep throwing this ball. Let's hand it off, and it gives him more time to do shit too. Aaron Jones, we're not sure what his situation is going into next year. Obviously, hopefully has a good year as much as he had the following year. But obviously his contract's coming up at the end of the year, so we'll have to see where that comes through. It's, if we turn to a run-first offense, in my opinion, I'm fine with it. I like it. Aaron Jones is a hella underrated running back. I hate how some people, put some running backs over him. I do understand some of them, but, like, some are like, okay, dude, this guy, had one of his best seasons and shit, but we'll just have to see what he does this season. If he comes back and does a back-to-back good seasons, then you need to start thinking of Pro Bowl. I think he was really underrated going into the Pro Bowl, but hey, it's whatever. A lot of Packers get underrated, but yeah, I wouldn't mind having a run-first offense,
he could be stamping his feet and demanding a trade, which is probably the most likely scenario because the Green Bay Packers aren't going to.
I don't think he would. Like, there's a part of me that think he might, but there's a part of me that don't think he will. Just for the purpose of, he's been there for so long. But you could say, oh, well, that makes no sense because Tom Brady did the same thing. He'd been there for a long time, and some people never thought he would leave. I think Aaron has a different type of loyalty than Tom Brady did. And I think he'll stay till the rest of his career. That's just my opinion. I think he will. But hey, if he moves on, I'm always gonna miss Aaron Rodgers. But we just move on. It's not like I'm gonna go support the team that he's on. If he goes to a different team, I'm still gonna support my Green Bay Packers. But it's going to be sad seeing him leave, but we know he's going to leave one day, and hopefully it's from retirement, not from another team, but yeah.
Release Aaron Rodgers. They're definitely going to get some value for him, and I doubt Aaron Rodgers is going to play out the remainder of his contract, especially given the fact that Jordan Love is there already. And I've said this many times before,
How long is
I'll
his
say it
contract?
again. This is kind of like my signature line. Every time a team hires a brand new head coach, or there's a new regime in place, if there's even the slightest excuse to move on from the current quarterback or the current system, then that head coach is going to take it. And as you can see, Matt LaFleur took his opportunity when he drafted Jordan Love. Do I think he's going to be playing this season? No. Do I think he could be playing next season? Possibly, but I feel like without a doubt, Jordan Love is going to be under center for the Green Bay Packers by the 2022 fall season. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think this was unnecessary?
Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. I think it's hard to tell because it matters how long Aaron wants to play. I could see him be under center from us maybe, definitely probably 2025, but I don't know, like, if he's going to be on the team then, or Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the team. I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments? Do you think he's going to be quarterback earlier than what I thought, or maybe even later than what I thought, or right in the same time frame? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, I will be putting the link to the channel that I will be starting to do. I'll probably put this one on the actual Swag Packers channel, and then I'm also gonna put another one on the Swag Reacts. That's what it's called. So you guys can go over there and subscribe, follow if you want. That's all in your guys' opinion. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and also down below, put a video, or certain ideas you might want me to watch. I could do ranking videos, like I always thought about doing tier lists. How do you guys feel about that? But yeah, comment down below. Would you like to see on the Swag Reacts channel? So, but anyway, like and subscribe, and I'll